Lucas, we'll start with you for this next team. Another interesting case study. Dan Hurley, UConn. Where are you at on the Huskies as of right now after a rocky month of February?
Still a 9 seed for me as we stick on the 8-9 lines with these teams that have been dropping games. The thing with UConn is that, one, they're the back-to-back national champions. I don't think that you can look at their team sheet and
Yeah.
not that some part of that still exists. Whether it should or not, different story. But I'm sure that there's the name brand of like, okay, this team's won back-to-back national championships. They're probably better than what their numbers say. And the numbers say they have the 42nd best resume in the country on average, and that's not very good relative to other teams. That said, they're 4-1 in Quadrant 1A. They've had chances against the best, and they've played really well in those games. They're 9-8 in Quadrants 1 and 2. They're 13-9 across those upper three quadrants. That's definitely a leg up over those teams around the cut line or even the double-digit seeds. I still have them on the safer side of my 9 seed line, as I mentioned earlier. I had a little bit of a cut, a little bit of a drop off halfway through my 9 seed line. They're on the plus side of that 9 seed for me. They are right there as my second 9 right now.
Brad, what do you have to add on the Huskies? Another team that's kind of Jekyll and Hyde for the past month or so.
Yeah, I have UConn as an 8 seed at the moment. Like Lucas had mentioned, they're 4-1 against Q1A opponents. Strong number. They're 9-8 against Quad 1 and 2 opponents. I was ready to even put them higher, and forget about the loss to St. John's. With the injury to Liam McNeely, and he missed a number of weeks, and UConn, they weren't the same team as they once maybe were. Fine. So you kind of give them the benefit of the doubt in that case. But then they go and they lose to Seton Hall with him in the lineup. So I think that kind of ruined any chance that they had of kind of getting a better seed than what their metrics dictate. So that was a really costly loss for them, which is why I have them in the 8-9 range as well.
Yeah, and if they do fall in that 8-9 range, if you're the 1 seed, that's got to be a little bit of a brutal draw, as Lucas alluded to. I don't know how much I value the name brand stuff, but I do still think it is worth acknowledging that they're the back-to-back national champions, and they've won back-to-back national championships, and they've gone on deep tournament runs. Like, that has to play a little bit of a factor into at least how you view them going into the tournament.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're a team that I wouldn't say that I'm a proponent of taking name brand into effect. There just kind of seems like there'd be inherent bias there when you see UConn on the team sheet relative to other things. That when our job is to project what the committee is going to do, I think that could play a factor, and therefore leads me. It's not hard to make an argument on to Brad's point. It's not hard to make an argument in favor of UConn with their 4-1 record in Quadrant 1A. It's pretty easy to push them being a little bit seated higher than maybe their numbers say they should be. But I still have them as a 9 right now. But I could see them as high as a 7, as low as a 10.